Hello and welcome to All Talk No Dice, the worst excuse for a D&D show you can find online. From last we left off, the Companions of Fate nearly met their end after Theron started an arcane duel against a lone messenger which had come to retrieve an item for their employer, Midala Pike. Blades were hurled, spells were cast, and life was melted as all of you but Tara fell to the arcane prowess of the cloaked messenger. Tara finally conceded to the enemy, handing over what he had came for, and ordered him to leave and never come back, swiftly darting out of the Fishbowl Tavern, leaving you to stand amongst your allies and the many innocent bodies of patrons littered across the floor. Soon after the conflict had ended, Gerald was caught by Tara in a slight frenzy of want and need. But to Gerald's surprise, Tara didn't run or scream. She aided him, dragging a body to him, allowing him to feed and sustain himself, fully sated and all of his urges quickly fading. While this happened, Rayloff began to hurl Theron around and demand answers, which was followed by the very distraught voices of Growmush, Pigeon Food, Currid and Briar, all aiming towards a very dejected and almost pitiful Theron. The night begins to end after many of you had left, while Growmush had a heart-to-heart with Theron before hurling you through the air and against the hard tavern wall. Before Plenty approached Rayloff as you quickly went to Theron's aid to offer a tale of second chances and diverging paths. Now, after all of you made your way to the makeshift sleeping quarters atop the poop deck of the Brown Barnacle, seeing glimpses of the golden flames of the pyre constructed by Plenty, Tara, you have another vision that slightly split off, flashing back and forth with no clear message, but vivid images. And yet, the morning comes to you all, bright and fruitful, the birds fluttering overhead, and you all awaken from your deep slumber, finding thoughts of last night near the front of your minds. This is where we pick it up. So, all of you, if you haven't already, have had a long rest and are able to do everything within that. But you all wake up and you all stretch slightly. Theron, you find that still a little bit aches and pains and a little bit dizzy, but nothing that you can't overcome.
In time.
And you find, just as you all wake up, and you begin to smell the soft, just the soft, gentle essence of bacon and pork just floating past your noses from below deck. And just as you are kind of woken up by the gorgeous smells, you see just sitting partly on a barrel, you see the large bugbear Plenty with a small just like chunk of bread, and just looking off into the distance. You see Growmush has like his cot has gotten weaker and weaker, the legs almost giving out, while you don't see Currid anywhere. You see his cot, where he was, completely destroyed and flattened down onto the deck. But you hear the large grumble from Growmush. Just constantly on loop. You do see a couple of the deckhands beginning to gently just wander across the deck, and you see them tying up bundles of rope. You notice that, albeit they're fairly plain looking and of standard kin and origin, a few humans, you see a couple wood elves, and the only one that does catch your eyes, just coming up on the gangplank, holding a couple large crates of produce and about to wander down through below deck, is a Durgar. and you notice a pained look on his face as the sun is beating down, or beginning to shine over the horizon, casting gorgeous shafts of amber light across the main deck. But you notice the dress that these men are wearing, as they are all men. They are almost like training, like two-piece, like a monk outfit almost, just with like an undershirt with a large vest that kind of like opens up around part of the chest and then gets tied off tighter around the waist, and the sort of baggy, I guess almost in a sense like baggy sweatpants that bellow out but then tie off tighter around the ankle. And you notice the colour scheme is just a mix of grey and a very deep purple. And you just see a few of these figures not really saying much of anything to each other or to you, not paying much attention as they continue to just slowly begin to warm up for the morning and hopefully the journey ahead. But the morning is yours for whatever you'd like to do.
I'd like to let Mogwai have a little bit of more kip. I'm going to try to take him off my body and
roll a
keep him
sleight of
under
hand.
the blanket. Yep.
Do I see Gerald still around?
Natural 20, first roll. Fucking
Nice.
Juicy.
Okay, well, I rolled.
Shittiest needed roll.
Well, I rolled a 3 for Mogwai for perception.
Lovely.
So yeah, easily you just like nudge him off of you, and as soon as like as soon as he like folds onto the cot, you just see him, and he just straightens out and fills hardly anything of this cot, but just the extra space stretches out and just really wings akimbo almost.
Lovely. Just because I've seen Mogwai like down there still, like stretching but still comfortable. Yeah. I'd like to use my concentration on the blanket of starlight to just to light up again.
Yeah.
Even though I know Mogwai won't see it.
Yeah.
I know that it works.
Okay. Yeah.
I keep kind of concentrating.
That's
on
right.
that
With it being like a darker morning and just as the sun's coming up, it is still very pretty in this sort of like grey dim sky, but really nice.
But I'm going to walk over to Plenty.
Okay. Well, as you settle out Mogwai, and then before you go to Plenty, Rayloff.
Yeah, is Gerald around at all still? Or?
You see him just like sitting on his cot, and you see him pull out the violin, and you kind of just see him just begin to
I'll go over to him.
Just begin picking.
Gerald, how good are you at drawing?
Well, you would call me a master artist.
You think you can draw that guy's face that we had the misfortune of seeing?
I could try, but
I would do it myself, but
my skills usually fall into music anyway. But I could give it a go. Why?
Just we could, before we leave, give a warning to the guards just to make sure if they see him.
Well, I mean, if they see any suspicious-looking gentleman in a black or in a brown cloak, could be enough. But it really depends on what kind of people come through here. Some people just aren't as lovely as all of us.
Yeah. Well, If nothing else, it'll help us remember who he is. I have a feeling he'll be coming back.
I'll try that. I was thinking of just taking some time anyway to practice this thing a little bit more.
It's not really in a rush anyway. It's just an idea.
I'll just tune this up and then I'll have a little paint.
I'll let him be ill. Yeah, I'll send over to Plenty as well. Actually,
Okay.
so just seeing him there.
Okay. So,
Actually, no, it don't matter.
you sure?
It's probably a daft thing to ask anyway, but do I see Thea on there still?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
It's like,
do you know what kind of state are you in as you're getting up? And is there anything you want to be doing when you wake up on the poop deck?
I was like, does anybody want any bacon?
Mogwai will.
Okay, Mogwai for bacon. How about you two? Do you want anything?
Yes, as honestly, I'm starving, so as much as you have.
Oh, I wasn't talking to you, but yeah, I'll be more than happy to.
Why weren't you talking to me? I have done absolutely nothing to you.
I meant no offense.
No, just ignore the bird. That's okay. I'm not like all of you. I'm just different. And you see Joel kind of like turn his shoulder to you a little bit and keep picking slightly.
To be honest, I didn't think that you were doing Gerald. I thought you were doing the bugbear. Yeah.
Well, are you also turning to Plenty? Because I'm trying to like time it so then Terra gets to Plenty as well, and then Rayloff goes over to Plenty.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
But if you are asking
Gerald,
Plenty,
no, that's all right. We can keep it with Gerald. Go on then, Gerald. Do you want anything?
no, I'm fine.
I'll get you some bacon.
No, the bird only eats worms.
I'll get you some anyway. Rayloff, how about you?
yeah, sure. If there's some down there still.
Sarah?
Yes.
Yes. I'll have some. Then
Reluctantly.
And you see Plenty like pick his head up at the word of bacon. I have been smelling those meats cook for over 2 hours. I cannot wait to taste them.
Does that mean you want me to get you some as well?
I do have legs, but if you want to use yours, then I would really appreciate it.
I mean, I'm already using locomotion to get there, so I might as well get you some.
Could you ask for 2 plates or so for my friend?
Well, it depends what they're giving us, but yeah, I'll ask.
Good, thank you. Isn't it a
No
lovely
worries, Plenty.
morning? And you're kind of pushing over to Plenty as well, and then Rayloff just tagging in.
I'm sure we can come down to meet you down there anyway.
Yeah, fucking lovely morning.
Ah, the fresh air and the birds.
Yeah, fresh air and birds my ass. And then I just go down to get the bacon.
Okay. So, Tara and Rayloff, is there anything you want to do while you approach Plenty as Theron disappears below deck?
Keep concentration on the blanket, and then all I want to do is talk to Plenty while he's there.
Okay.
But when so I don't know if Rayloff wants to do anything before he gets to Plenty himself.
I'll probably just walk it.
But yeah, if so, all I'm going to say to Plenty is, Plenty,
Hello.
I don't want
How
you to.
did you sleep?
More comfortable than I thought. And yourself?
I always sleep at least 2 hours. But then that means I have more time to watch the world. It's such a beautiful place.
It is, isn't it? Back at home, there's not many lights around, so the stars are normally the brightest.
Yes. The place I was from didn't have such lush scenery and greenery. It's all magical to me.
Lovely. I've come to talk to you because I don't want you to think badly of us. I know.
Don't.
I'm happy that you don't, but I just don't want you to think that we were the cause of all that happened.
He reaches up, as he's still sitting and you're standing, he reaches up and just places the big meaty bugbear paw just on your head and just lightly taps with one finger.
Yeah.
Don't worry about explaining yourself. I know what happened.
Yeah.
But I will maybe ease your minds and let you know that we set up a very nice goodbye for all of them.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for doing that.
It was my duty.
Only better than some people have forgotten before.
A lot better. It's a good thing that Gromush wasn't the one orchestrating disposal. Otherwise, breakfast would be very different.
Yeah, that sounds very similar to one of our other friends who wasn't with us. He was very fond of horses.
I like horses.
Fantastic.
I don't think he liked it in the same way as you did, unfortunately.
I'm going to leave that to interpretation and not ask anything more.
So,
Yeah.
Plenty, do you know much about the captain personally, or enough to talk about her?
I have known of her and her father for a long time.
Any things that we should avoid?
Yes.
Well, if she asks or tells you to do something, do it. But then if she decides that you're better off in the background, then I've heard that you should not get in her way. Although the tales of her adventures are impressive, but they are nothing compared to her father's.
I'm assuming that he sailed just as much as... Well, just... I can't speak today. I'm assuming that he's sailed a lot and has helped her then. So any experience she had, he would have given.
On the contrary, he lived a very different life before he had her. From all the myths and tales, the sailing was not so apparent as the hurling through space and exploring vast reaches
What?
that the worlds will never really know again.
We'll have to ask him some of these stories.
It would definitely make the nights more enjoyable on our voyage.
You did just say space, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, motherfucker's a spelljammer. Matter.
Meta.
Uh,
So, while you two are talking... yeah, go
Sorry,
on.
I could just ask one more thing.
Yeah, of course.
I don't suppose you saw our larger friend. I'm just going to point over to the broken glass.
destroy his
He seems like a lovely friend to have, although extremely terrifying to look upon.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get used to it after a while, though.
I'm slowly finding that.
Did you see him at all, or did you see him if he left, or when you were up?
Well, I watched all of you sleep for 4 hours or more,
Creepy.
but he awoke early, and he didn't seem the morning type, so I didn't bound over to him with a good morning hug. But he said that he was going to take care of something for his friends.
Oh,
Okay.
meta.
Okay. Thanks for that.
You're
It's
very
clear.
welcome, big boy.
At least I have an idea of where he's gone. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm gonna go down and see if breakfast is.
Isn't he bringing it up?
He said
Might
through the use of locomotion of his own physical form, he was going to disperse the bacon and the pork while we rest our locomotive joints.
Love it.
Well, if nothing else, I'll go down and give him a hand.
Okay.
And
I
just
mean,
as you begin to wander off, Plenty leans into you, Tara.
Yeah.
He's one very helpful big boy, isn't he? What a strong young creature. And you just see Plenty almost lean over, past your shoulder, Tara, and just watch as Raylov disappears down below deck. Theron.
Meta-wise, does he see him just staring at
What?
anywhere in particular?
Well, I mean, Tara can tell he is fixated on Raylov's very ripped, muscular back and his really thick, defined hamstrings as well.
Okay.
That you can tell from the eye line of. But the fixation is just more poof, tunnel vision. Yeah. Theron.
You got
off me on Raylov now.
You gotta love those hamstrings.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Gotta love the Hermes. Theron, as you filter down below deck while you begin to hear the mutterings of Plenty to Terra and Raylov, you go down below deck and you don't find... It's not really, if you'll excuse the pun, it's not really decked out. It's not full of interesting or beautiful furniture or, you've seen galleons before and maybe walked along one once or twice, but this is more fit for function over fashion. You go down and you notice there's only, including the poop deck or the main deck, you've got one deck below and then one deck below that. That's it. It's a fairly compact space. You don't see any breakfast table or anything. You do follow your senses to to the smells of pork and bacon, and the closer you get, you find there's just far to the rear of the stern of the ship. I think stern's back. Stern of the ship, because it's bow, stern, port, starboard. But say, if I'm right, it's stern. You go to the stern of the ship, and you find on that second deck, on that I'm going to say crew deck. On that crew deck, where you do see a few hammocks just strung up along each side for the port and starboard. And you see like a small mess by each of a small backpacks. They're all fairly uniform and similar. You find, work boots and sort of like different like pairs of socks and breeches, and partly laid out around these hammocks. But you follow the scent, and you find at the stern of the ship, you notice this small door. Like it's not really short as it is thin, and all of the dark wood around you even darker, with not much light peeking in through, with small candles being set along by all the sleeping quarters for the crew. It almost looks like a dingy, almost like what would be the size of like a smallish cupboard, like a small little, like more of a crawl space to just throw stuff in and leave it. But you smell the scent of bacon and meats. You begin to hear of all the meats frying up, and some kind of oil just beginning to spit and splutter. You notice this thin door. I'd say the thin door, you would need to kind of like just at a diagonal you could pass through it, but even you with a smaller frame, shoulder to shoulder, you'll go against the doorway.
Whoa, what do you mean smaller frame?
You're a wizard. You're not benching much. But you do hear the sizzle, and the door is very, very partly ajar.
Nice smell you got in here.
And you hear straight away,
"Oh, sorry."
And the door just closes.
Wow, hospitality. Just wondering if I could have some food for me and my compatriots.
You hear a small whisper, and you have to kind of press your ear up to the door just to hear.
I'm sorry. Soon.
Don't be sorry. Be better.
And you begin to hear, as you press your ear against, and after you say that, after you hear the sharper inhales and exhales of almost worry and panic, you hear, and then ting, ting, ting.
Oh, no.
You want some help in there?
And it all just goes quiet.
I just enter.
All right, and as you open, you peek your head in, and you see an almost squat figure in this small, again, it's almost like a closet. It is pretty much a small cupboard with a small little almost like weirdly decorated and switched up like fire pit that is good enough to stick around in the ship without affecting any of the other structure. And it's a little bit pushed forward from the back wall and just separated a little bit. You do see small holes dotted around for ventilation. But you open and it's even darker in this small like pantry kitchen. You see pots and pans, all of maybe once beautiful brass and steel, rusted and blackened. You notice this small squat figure, which has a small, it almost looks like if you saw a dwarf like just sitting down and being as small as possible, almost like making a ball, right? But you see it moving slightly, and with a big to its size, a big sort of like blanket or cloak mostly over the entire creature. You see they stand about 3 feet tall, 4 feet or so, as you notice reaching out slightly from this cloak that you can see with your perception are just small, thin, pinkish and purple tentacles.
Oh, interesting.
And as you see the figure like turn to you, the cloak, as it's just over like the back of the creature, it turns and you just see this deflated and gaunt beholder, a big one bulbous eye filling out most of the face, a chapped lipped and sharp fanged mouth that would once curl up the sides is now reduced to barely nothing. You notice majority of the tentacles are keeping it standing almost. And just that big blink, and you see a large purple iris in the center look at you, almost worried, and you see like almost large tear ducts, a large tear duct beginning to well up.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
So sorry.
But pardon me for if I seem that I'm looking too much at you. It's not every day that you see a beholder.
And you see
And
them
it-
like curl up and like turning, so the
and it-
cloak is like covering most of them.
In a galley of a ship. I mean, I'm not going to judge. As long as you cook bacon well, I'm not too fussed.
Yes.
What's your name?
Yes, food will be done soon.
My name's Theron. What's yours?
Seabiscuit.
Did you just say Seabiscuit?
Yes, the name they gave me, friend.
Oh, it sounds like a horse name that I once heard of. Nice to meet you, Seabiscuit. My name's Theron.
You,
And I put out my hand.
you're not scared.
It's okay.
Scared. Me.
Unless you do something scary, no.
And you see like the smile widen a little bit, and almost to a Cheshire cat wide grin. And
Now Theron's scared.
yeah, now filling up the sort of the nightmare fuel and the myths and tales of you've heard of beholders before, of the wide menacing grin, the sharp pointed fangs with 2 rows, one behind each, looking at you almost venomously. But you see the one big eye welling up, and the slight sniffles as one tentacle just and just rests in your hand.
Cranial shift. No, joking.
Disintegrate. And
Yeah,
and you just see Seabiscuit just rest one of her tentacles up.
And as she rests the tentacle on that hand, I bring my other hand, rest it on the tentacle, and go, "Nice to meet you, Seabiscuit."
Meet you. Nice.
And she just like pulls the tentacle away, and without any insight or without any perception check, if a beholder could blush, she would be bright red right now.
It's Theron.
As
what can I say?
she turns and meekly begins to.
Surprised she's not burnt her own tentacle off.
I mean, the one thing you do notice as well, while she was turned to you, 3 of the other tentacles were just actively just
Carrying on.
and just without her looking and her full focus on you, the other 3 were just continuing to mix various foods and move pans. And
So, Seabiscuit, what brought you on the ship?
Story for later. Food. Handsome. Wow, so handsome.
and she
Wow.
just turns away and kind of like with one tentacle just begins to like push at your knees to like nudge you out of the small, really compact pantry kitchen where she is beginning to move slightly, and you see her grab some wooden plates behind her. It's really weird to see her facing one way and you see 2 tentacles behind her just go and just begin to pile up plates as 3 other tentacles in front of her are
Theron
going.
Theron doesn't find it weird at all. He just finds it very intriguing.
Attractive.
the one intriguing thing.
And as she... hey, Judge. As she sort of pushes him away, I sort of capitulate. I sort of, okay, let me know when it's ready. I'll just wait outside the pantry.
Okay,
Thanks, Seabiscuit.
Thank you. Oh, Theron, handsome, so handsome. He's
No,
handsome.
And the door just
no, thank you.
you say that just as the door
Close.
the one thing you
Sorry,
did
Theron's
notice
fine.
the one thing you did notice though with your passive perception being 16, because I was talking about it earlier, you did notice that of all the myths and legends of beholders who with being one large eye and the strands of tentacles that they had would always have multiple eyes on them as well, filling in that void of being ever watchful and almost empowering them to not only keep vision on you but other targets, other prey, making nightmares a reality. You did notice that the end of the tentacles were all weirdly sheared off with no eyeballs at the ends.
Thank God, no disintegration for Theron. Okay.
But
Noted.
after a little while, you hear just behind you,
Hey,
And-
big boy.
I'm assuming that's me, is it?
mm-hmm.
I'm guessing food's taking a little bit longer.
Yeah,
What?
just let it happen, man. It'll be done when it's done.
Where? I'm surprised there isn't. Well, there isn't that many people here. I would have thought it would have been a bit more.
Well,
So,
I can't really comment on that one. Go on. What are you going to say?
so how are you feeling?
How do you think I'm feeling?
Tired, probably. Aching.
Oh. Well, yeah, a little bit, but mainly like a piece of shit.
Well,
Yeah,
only
I
way
know.
to go is up then.
Well, we've got a long journey ahead of us.
Oh. We're all here to make a start anyway.
Yeah.
In the end, it's your choice though. But if you want to stay,
Yep. In the end, it's your choice. It's the party's choice.
You still have a vote. We all make mistakes. Just
Don't worry. I haven't stopped making those mistakes yet. I'm only human, after all.
just don't lose sight of what you want to do. What is important. And what comes at the end.
Well,
I'll still give him a pat on the back.
present-
Oh, yes, carry on.
Ah,
It'll be
ah,
from the
jeez.
front, but
that was rather. Oh. Jeez.
well, I may as
Yeah.
well wait here anyway. Give you a hand up.
Okay. So, Rayloff, out of interest, what's your story? Seeing as your is your group of Goliaths nomads, or have you got actual settlements, or?
I don't really know too much about the nomads there. There's, to be honest,
Were you a settlement like?
it was a settlement, yeah, but it wasn't. To be honest, there was mostly other races there. It was only, at least from what I remember, it was only me and my dad that was, well, like me. It was sort of a mismatch, though. If that was a settlement that was made by Goliaths beforehand, I don't know. Personally, I never really had the chance to ask.
I mean, settlements like this are not unheard of in the north.
There's, well, wherever they can get somewhere that's less cold.
Well, yeah. In the harsh, cold environments, you have to kind of, you don't really have a choice sometimes who you mix with.
Yeah. But they're good folk. And they took care of me.
Fair enough.
And I took care of them as well, when I could. Which was,
What was your settlement's name?
was, Goldrome.
What's that, sorry?
Oh, I'll get the spelling. Goldrome.
Goldrome.
Gaul-Drone.
Just after you say that as well, both of you hear from below you, coming up, you hear, and you immediately hear from behind you where the stairs are just dipped below.
Okay, listen, it's way too early to be talking just heart to heart. Get out of the way.
And you see Pigeon Food, the small, portly goblin woman that you saw the night prior, come up from the very bottom deck. I guess that would technically be the galley.
Yeah, I'll move out the way.
And you just see her.
I'll just like, where's she heading to? Is she heading towards the pantry?
Yeah, she's heading. She's just like nudges between both of you towards the door.
I'll just like go away like, oh, how come you've joined us?
Oh, isn't that weird? Get out of the way.
And she just reaches like a hand around your back, and she just goes on the door. In all of you here.
Yes. Listen, Biscuit, we're hungry down here. When's breakfast?
Hey, she's doing her best.
No, it's now. I'm sorry.
She's trying to do her best, all right?
And
Calm down.
you all see the small little knob of the door just, and the door just ever so faintly just, and opens up, and you look in, and all you see really is just the corner of the pantry kitchen. And on the floor, you just notice a wooden tray with multiple plates of bacon and pork just be nudged out of the doorway on the floor. before the door, and you just hear pigeon food.
Thanks, Biscuit. You're the best.
Before you just hear like a slight, almost creepy, just and closing the door.
Theron goes to pick it up.
As you do, you just see pigeon food.
This is for the crew. You're the guests. You get breakfast later.
I also paid for this journey.
Fine.
Well, not me specifically.
And she just hands you a couple, I'd say about 3 or 4 plates worth of meats and bacon.
Yeah, so...
Come back whenever you need any more. But not from me. The kitchen.
Well, thanks
yeah,
anyway.
I got that.
Yeah.
I got that. I got that bright eyes.
As pigeon food heads below deck. Or to the galley. Leaving...
I just give Rayloff a couple of plates and I'm like, shall we go up?
Yeah. What's with... I'm gonna sort of stare back at the door a couple of times.
Don't worry about it. She's shy.
Right. I'm just gonna sort of head back up.
Right.
And before I go back up, I sort of like use the... I'm like leaning against the door, and then I use my foot to open it slightly, and just be like, "Thanks. I'll talk to you later, beautiful." And then I just carry on.
I hear that.
Roll. Yeah, you do. Roll a charisma check for me.
The best check in all of history for
Yeah.
Theron. 13 plus 1, 14.
Sorry, no.
You hear Seabiscuit. Just
Beautiful. You're so handsome.
and you close the door behind you.
I'm gonna wait at the top of the stairs and just stare down at him, at Theron as he's coming up.
On spot.
Man's gonna try.
Die.
So while all
Shy.
that was happening with pigeon food and Seabiscuit, Terra,
Yes.
as you are waiting on the top deck with Plenty,
Yeah.
you notice just on the pier, you find Kurid walking, and you see him dragging something, almost in like a large sack.
Body size.
Large.
Okay.
And you
What's
see
a messenger large?
yeah, and you notice one other set of footfalls behind him.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. You notice 3 sets of footfalls behind him.
Lovely.
You just see a few figures kind of nestled in behind, not exactly sticking to his ass, but just following behind and just going in the same direction as him.
Yeah.
As the spider legs get up to the gangplank and just crawl up, finding both of you.
Good morning. Morning. What's in the bag?
Breakfast.
And he just like launches it over and presents it to you with a dull against the deck. And you hear just another voice as you're kind of looking at that and then back at Kurid and then back down to wondering what's in it.
Curious face. Yeah.
And you hear a voice.
Now is that breakfast that I smell? Or is there a surprise in the bag for lunch?
No, Dad. We've got breakfast downstairs. Just go. And you see Captain Meadow and Briar sort of like her nudging her father to go below deck.
I'll say morning.
Good morning, sweet girl.
And he just stops like and turns towards his daughter and
Yeah.
almost like wanting to be quiet, but no sense of volume.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't she lovely? She'd be even nicer if she wasn't know.
And he begins to hobble. At this point, as Mido kind of catches your attention, as she's walking with Briar, you
more into her as well,
as she sort of nods to all of you, looks questioningly towards the sack, and then turns her direction more to just helping Briar across. You hear another voice pick up.
Hey, I've seen you guys before.
Oh no.
And you turn to the gangplank, and you see with a small satchel over their shoulder, you see the slick back hair, the pointed chin, and clean shaven, if not like a teeny few hairs of a mustache, across this fairly lithe human or human variant.
We didn't see you at the fishbowl. We were there trying to find you, and you weren't there.
Listen, I wasn't going to the fishbowl if you were there because you didn't even get me a drink.
And
I've heard breakfast is downstairs.
And Amido just looks over. Have you had business with these before, Mog?
Yeah, it didn't give me a drink. I was just enjoying myself and they didn't even help me out. It wasn't fair. I don't trust them.
You weren't here on that episode.
Who the fuck's this?
As both Rayloff and Theon, you come up just at this very nasally, high-pitched, just annoying-ass voice that's just piercing your ears early in the morning. And you approach to, you pass Briar as he just kind of...
Morning. Oh, my, you pig.
And goes downstairs. And Mido kind of like shoulders him off a little bit, but stays top deck with all of you guys. And everyone hears you go, who the fuck is this? You see the figure, as you heard, well, at least Tara, you heard the captain call him Mog.
Who the fuck am I? Who the fuck is this?
Pointing towards you.
Pull your nose out.
you notice he hasn't got like his skin tone is this very pale blue, and you notice he always seems like he just seems to have this, like, even though it's chilly out, he's just very lightly sweating.
You do realize your voice is very annoying, possibly like mine, so I can't really comment. My name's Theron. Nice to meet you.
I remember seeing you before.
What? You saw me?
Yeah. And you didn't give me any gold for a drink.
Pardon?
It wasn't as bad as this one.
As he starts pointing off towards Terra.
She whipped the horses and I fell over.
We had to
Really?
travel further in. It wasn't anything particularly what you said.
You ran away from me. That's what
Why
your
would we
game
do that?
was.
Has anybody got a face shield?
And you hear Mido just pipe up. If everyone is quite done, I would like all of you to make acquaintance to Mr. Mog Pulley of the Brown Barnacle, my first mate and trusted ally. So I would very much prefer that any arguments or teasing is pulled to a minimum when we set sail. If that cannot be adhered to, I hope you can swim well, because you'll be thrown over. Do I make myself abundantly clear?
Yeah, apart from I
yes.
didn't expect rainstorms so soon.
I'm just gonna be glaring at both Terror and Theron.
What?
I'm staring at Ray off like.
But then after I'm like, understood, Captain.
And Mido nods, and you hear Mog,
Yeah, you got it, boss. Anytime.
and he begins to walk past all of you. He just stops at you, Theron. And how tall are you, roughly?
I don't actually know. I haven't really
Well, shorter than me. I can
Yeah.
guarantee that.
Probably about 5'8", 5'9".
Okay. You see his Mog, who is a fairly tallish, lanky figure. Like, he's more lithe than he is broad. But he just stops, and he kind of like, the weird drain pipe body just kind of bends back slightly and looks you up and down very overtly, and you notice one slight scar across one eye. And he just like looks you up and down.
As he looks me up and down, I just go,
I wouldn't kiss you if you were the last woman on earth.
it's lucky I'm not a woman.
You're not a woman? Well, that's news to me.
And he just like almost as if he just won that argument, he like puts his shoulders out and just almost saunters past down below deck.
I'm assuming he didn't even see me, that he just went straight back.
I mean, he noticed all of you when he was on the main deck, and he was talking to all of you, but he was focused on Theon.
And as he does this, Theon's just like,
Crazy.
So, do any of you have any questions for me or the crew at all?
first question. Where are we heading to first?
Well, you have all paid for Yolduheim, albeit it is a very, well, I'd say it's a little bit of a stupid plan, because that's on the other side of Valdur. So, if we hit no incursions, it will be day and night, a full 12 days, 14 days maybe journey, as long as we don't hit any speed bumps in the way.
Imagine we will.
Speed bumps?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I'm quite new to the sea. When you say speed bumps, do you mean...
Yeah. Well...
She means
when things get... Thank you for your permission. I won't be needing that whatsoever during our voyage. And she turns back to you, Theon.
That face.
Anyway. If we find any obstacles or, the normal stuff, we might have any tornadoes or really bad backdrafts that send us off kilter. We could have any attacks or any creatures that may want to come say hello. Then that might slow us down just a little.
Before?
Oh, yeah.
And obviously you've won.
Oh, we've got away. Running is never a bad option. You all stay alive at the end of the day.
I'm sorry to ask you a few questions.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way we could have a little tour around the ship after we started moving with anyone? I know you're busy, so...
Yeah, it's not a big ship, and... oh, thank you. As she just leans over to you, Theon, and just gets a handful of bacon off the plate.
Yeah.
This is the best.
Cheers, that one was mine. Oh, our interest, Captain.
There's plenty more.
Talking about
what?
Talking about
Are you going to
questions.
whinge again? Yeah?
All I'm going to say is... Seabiscuit?
And you just see instantly her face switch slightly to a face of like part shock but surprise and almost like a victim of betrayal, almost in a slight kind of like jaded look.
Theron says what? No.
Yeah?
Hey, I'm not judging. I told her that myself.
You've been...
I'm just...
Wait, hold on. And she just pockets the bacon.
Whoa. If you're pocketing the bacon, I'll have it.
No, you won't. You've got more on your plate. You were talking to Seabiscuit.
Yeah. Of course.
Well, I didn't think I'd have to bring this up so early. But clearly, I'm going to have to ask one of the other crewmates to stay with you and escort all of you whenever moving around the ship.
Oh, shit.
She is not to be disturbed. She is not to be spoken to. Do you understand me? All of you.
Not really. Not really. You haven't given me any details. Why can't I talk to her? She seemed pretty lovely for...
Because I say so. And if you want to be continued guests on this ship, you will abide by my rules. Do you understand? If you go through the crew deck, you only go there to sleep. Do you understand?
That's fine.
You do not stop at the pantry. You do not interact with the pantry whatsoever. You leave that to me and the crew. If you go down to the galley, that is fine. But you will not be interacting with that.
If we get hungry, do we have to ask someone else to get us food?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Ask me
so,
or...
fine, I'll just go down. I'll just go down and ask.
Then gather your things and get off of my ship.
Can I just ask, like, why didn't you limit this when we came on board?
Because I didn't think the first morning, in the first few hours of daylight, you would be snooping around my ship before waiting for me to give further instruction and welcome you aboard. That's why. But clearly, you have proven, and you, as she points towards you, Rayloff, have proven to enjoy sneaking around other people's property.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
No, don't whoa me. You will listen to me as your captain. Get on my ship that I'm allowing you passage. Do you understand me? You do not ever interact with that or go near the pantry unless you're going through and down to the galley.
Okay, fair enough, but the smell of bacon's the smell of bacon. You know what I'm saying? It's the morning. And
you will get that smell of bacon when it's under your nose, when one of the crew or myself serve it to you.
But what's so bad about this particular creature?
All of you, enjoy your breakfast. I will send other crew up, including one who will be escorting all of you and, well, making sure that...
Theron just walks off mid-conversation.
That's fine. As she continues to talk to the rest of you three, or four with Courage. One of the crewmates will be around you at all times on the ship to make sure you're safe and make sure you're not doing anything you're supposed to. Mainly limiting around Rayloff and Theron.
Okay.
Now, if you will excuse me, I need to go have a few words.
Before you go, sorry, is there anywhere else we shouldn't go to? Or is it just the pantry area?
Just the pantry. Anywhere else, completely fine. Obviously, if someone is using the shit bucket or anywhere they want a little bit of privacy, just be courteous and ask. If you don't know what something does or where not to go or where you're okay going, don't be afraid to ask the crew. The deckhands, they might not really talk too much. The Pledrin enforcers were, had most of their tongues cut out, so they can still hear you and converse to a degree. But all of the crew in the greys and purples are from the Pledrin enforcers. Just don't ignore them. You can acknowledge them, but they will not make a big fuss about you.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they are helpful. So if you need anything, ask them, and they will aid you. Just maybe on a few of them, don't get too close when you're alone, especially you, friend. And she just stares towards you, Tara.
Okay.
How far away is the pantry from the top deck? Is it more than 30 feet?
Yes, because I'd say the stairs are more towards the bow of going like from the bow all the way down, but the pantry is at the stern, where the just next to where more stairs like kind of spiral down towards the galley.
If I'm right, if you're on about using telepathy, I think you've got to see them to talk.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, I'll
I
check
wa-
that while you.
I was going
while
to say
you're
that.
talking.
I was going to say that anyway, but I mean, it's not a huge ship.
Like the range would be fine. It's the
Yeah,
scene.
yeah. I feel because it's not a huge ship. Like it's a big enough ship to cater to crew, to a few guests, and then like about 12 or so crew. You know, it's big enough to have many hands on it, but it's not big enough. It's not too tiny either.
Yeah. You have to see within 60 feet. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, 60
Still
feet, you'd
very
be
cool.
fine. Yeah.
Just because I was going to apologise to her, I was like, I'm so sorry. See, I'm beautiful. I love you.
Yeah. But
Never
yeah,
forget
so
me. Call me.
so you
Behold the babies. Call me.
so you see Mido just look to all of you. Now, does anyone have any other questions before I go attend to my own business before we set sail? Does anyone need any quick visits into town? So I know what kind of time, because we've made sure to gather all of our supplies. I'm pretty sure you saw the Pledrine moving them on.
Yes. Is there a time precisely when you would like to go? When the best time is?
Clear skies. So, as it's brightening up and we can see if the clouds part a little bit, I'd say
I will use craft to see about the weather for the day.
All right. In the orb,
Yeah.
in the orb, you look in and you just see like a dark meridian blue orb, and then slight flashes of white passing over, almost as if you're hurling over the water.
Yeah.
And you can see the sky.
I have thunder and lightning.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
But you notice the deep meridian blue is bright.
Okay.
But towards the tail end of this check, you do see one slight little flash of white and blue.
Yeah.
Snake across.
Okay. I don't know if you saw this. I can use it to.
Oh, fantastic!
Have a hint
Very
against
okay.
the weather.
Great. More magic. That's all we need. Yep.
It's trying to tell. I think it's trying to tell me that we might get some good sky, but then have some thunder and lightning. I don't know if you're.
Okay. Well,
Just
we're
so you
prepared
have
for
an
that. Lightning
What's
is a bigger pain for us.
That's-
Thunder, that's okay.
Okay.
Is there anything else anyone needs? Otherwise, I'm going to have to go attend to business, sort a few things out, and then go speak with my crew and send up whoever I feel will be a good escort.
Captain.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I know. Your ship, your rules. I get it.
And
Please don't.
an apology for walking away from me when I was talking to you.
Fair enough. I
You
apologize for
hear
walking away from
you hear Gerald just mutter under his breath. Honestly, you may as well have just hurt her dad. And you just see just. It's not a funny joke. You see
Your
Gerald.
ship-
You see Gerald just.
you.
Yeah. Pew, pew. But what?
Your ship, your rules. But please, it was my fault. Don't judge it too harshly. And I won't go down again if that's your wish. That's
In
fine
his
with me.
defense, he does get a lot of things wrong.
Well.
What, like bacon?
The normal
Smell
thing.
like bacon?
The normal thing when you come aboard someone's ship is to wait for the people in charge to welcome you aboard the ship and show you where you can and cannot go, and what or who you may not or you may speak to. You very quickly crossed that line. Instantly.
Maybe you should have judged us waking up and being there promptly.
Oh.
I'm not judging.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
My timekeeping skills. That really hurts, especially considering I was out with my first mate and my dad, and we were able to buy the freshest produce some great fish, and rations to make sure all of you stay alive for our journey. Now, do you think I should have really made sure to be here promptly just in case any of you were to flutter and sneak away through my ship? Or maybe wait and thank me when I come back aboard and give you plentiful bounty for your entire voyage?
You're using the term sneaking too liberally. I wasn't sneaking.
Were you or were you not give explicit permission to reign free on my ship?
Nobody said that I
There
couldn't.
you go. The answer's simple. If you want to keep causing trouble, find another way to Yolderheim.
Okay. Set some ground rules. I'll obey them. End of.
Well, I've told you my rules, so follow them.
Fine.
We won't be too long.
Good. Just have a look at the sky every now and then. When it starts showing the clouds part, if it does, then
We'll rush back.
hurry back.
We will.
And then by telepathy, because I can see Terra, I'll just be like, just tell her about the beholder in the kitchen.
Yeah, just as Mido just says, morning, and wanders below deck.
Yeah. I'll just tell her everything that I know. Blah blah blah. Blah.
All right. As
I'm sorry.
sorry.
I've just been looking very confused between like Mido and
Just cross
Theron
out the
throughout
letter.
all that. Just like, what on earth has just happened?
Telepathy, I'll tell you as well. Boom, 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 boom.
You hear Courage just look.
So what's in the bag?
Why was she arguing with you? Should I go speak with her nicely?
Courage, leave it. It's an eternal matter. It's her ship, her rules.
Then why did you argue? Or sneak
And
around
then-
before she said anything?
I wouldn't say sneak around. I actually just walked normally around, and then I used telepathy to tell him what was going on.
And out loud,
I don't mind if there are murders here. I just don't know why you wonder where you shouldn't.
Yeah, but I didn't know that I shouldn't. I smelled bacon. I woke up. I'm hungry. Who wouldn't go towards the bacon?
You didn't come to my home until invited.
I didn't. What? Sorry.
You didn't come into my home until I invited you in.
Yeah,
This
admittedly.
This is home.
Yeah, but we also paid to be here. So the line gets a bit grey. You know what I mean? I'm willing to put up with her rules, but I didn't know. I smelled bacon. I was hungry. I thought, since we're paying, a portion of that food's ours as well. That's all.
Okay.
What's in the bag?
I got breakfast.
and
Oh.
you see as Courage just pulls the top of the bag open, loose. All of you get just straight, almost like rancid stink of
Oh boy.
very off meat, and it's warm.
Nice. Does it look like a cut horse?
Well, you look into the bag and you see
The guy who kills for the money.
about
Recognizable meat that may or may not be humanoids.
you see in the bag a collection of roughly about 16 severed hoofs.
Nice.
And
And
you
so,
you do also see just buried a little bit deeper in there between the hooves of brown and kind of like an amber-ish color as well on the remaining fur. You also see a more humanoid-looking hand.
Lovely. Ignoring the human, did the horse hooves look a bit like the hooves that came from our horses?
Roll a history or investigation.
In the meantime, I'll just send a message telepathically again to
Sorry.
Courage. Courage.
Rolling high, keeping it good. 21.
21.
Courage.
Okay.
Nothing dodgy with these hooves and hand.
Yes. Oh.
You, for the 21, you do see they are the exact same hooves.
I know you liked horses. Did you spend a lot of money on these?
They were free.
Oh, fantastic. Well, at least you're going to be nice and full, aren't you?
I will, but that little farm is not. I like these.
And he just begins like gnawing on the hoof itself, not even the meat part yet.
Yeah,
Just
lovely.
almost like a dog with a chew toy, just for the sensation.
Mm-hmm. When you said arm, did it look small?
He said hand.
The hand.
Hand. Did it look small?
I'd say it looked proportional to.
That child that Gerald fed on. No, I'm joking.
I'd say it's more proportional to your
Did
own
it
hand,
look-
the size
Okay.
of your own hand.
It's not who I thought it was.
Yeah, it doesn't look halfling or gnomish size.
Yeah, that's
Or
that's
child
the-
size.
Yeah. That's perfect. I think you know who I'm on about as well.
Yeah, I know.
Fantastic. So, lovely. I will say to Kieran, we're going to nip out. Is there anything that you would like, or we'll need some little bits?
No,
Growing up hooves.
I have everything I need, thank you.
Fantastic. This is going to sound a little funny. Do you have any more gold on you at all? Or? I know you gave us some. We were going to spend some of that on some goods. Just wondering if you had any more on you at all, or was that it?
How much did you want?
Like if you don't, then that's fine. You gave us quite a bit, so we're happy to use that.
You want more?
No. It's fine. I was just wondering if you did, then we could get you anything if we saw anything.
Yeah.
Oh, but if you,
And he just reaches over into the backpack.
Yeah.
And he pulls out, with two hands, a large sack. And just hurls it to the ground, and you hear a heavy.
thought.
Theron goes up. Like, how much is there?
You don't know until you open it and have a look.
I'll open it and have a look.
Roll a perception check for me, please.
Of the size of the small ones that he gave us, in consideration, is it like 2 or 3 times as big, or?
It's roughly about double the size.
Nice, that's cool. I'll just take it as that's how much is probably in there.
11 plus 6.
17. Okay.
Yeah.
You would estimate there's anywhere between, I'd say about 1,400 to 2,300 platinum in there. And it's all in platinum coins.
Lovely.
Uh,
Are we okay taking some of this?
You can have all of it. What I
Are you sure you
have.
don't?
is for my friends.
I know, but you want some as well.
No, I don't need
Courage,
any.
courage,
Well, if you need
Courage.
any, feel
Courage.
free to
Courage.
tell us.
courage.
Yes.
Is there any weapons that you want? Any potions that you want?
Because this will buy a lot of the things that you'll need. Strangely, Theron's right. This time.
Don't get us twisted. We'll take the money if you don't want it, but if you need something, you let us know. We use the money. You're a part of the team.
Yeah. Just don't give it to Theron, because he'll throw it at people, won't you, Theron?
Not anymore.
Yeah,
I
good
need to
idea.
Okay, I want
Be reasonable.
I want a long bow staff with small spikes or things wrapped around the ends, so when I hit it stabs a little. And then I want some thread and needle. Different colored threads, please.
What are you planning to do with those different colored threads, buddy? We fake together?
It's personal.
Okay, I won't judge. You know me.
I know most of you.
Anything else?
Oh, you're still a little bit sore, are you, from what happened?
You, because of what's happened, what you did, so many died.
I didn't personally do that. It's a
No.
consequence, kind of.
Your action.
Well, it depends how you view causality, but that other guy actually did it.
If someone was talking to him that wasn't you or anyone who wouldn't attack him and start that earth, we wouldn't have had to put 16 people on a pyre.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. You got a point, Kurt.
It is true.
Yeah, it is.
But anything else I don't need. Thank you, though. Use the rest for yourself.
Rayloff, could you give us a hand? I'm going to try and put it into here.
So, Kurt,
Yeah.
we're not good. We're not good at the moment.
Not until I see that you are sorry for what happened. I may look like a monster, but I still feel everything.
Does it look like I don't have? Does it look like I don't have any regret?
And as you start beginning to like shout that over to Kurid, he does his big arachnid form just and scuttles down the gangplank and off further down into Bramblecrest.
Oh, ouch!
You
Theo feels that.
all you hear in that moment, just of silence, as you're watching, you're kind of annoyed. You're just watching Kurid walk away. Well, that was very intense.
Yeah, cheers for that, mate.
Rayloff, could you help me try to pour some of that into here?
Yeah, I was already going across.
Could you just
Uh,
pour it in so I can have an idea of what it looks like as it comes in? And I'm going to try and guess on how much is actually getting into the...
Can I just take a handful? Just because I.
Yeah, you need it, don't you? In trying to
I do.
grab- I'm going to, not throw it, but I'll, take it out.
Forcefully put it in his hand.
Just because I need to try and find diamonds.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll find it at a port.
Because of your economy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Economy.
Just looking in. Okay, Ralph. Trying to open this clean purse bag as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to kind of use my hands as a mini funnel. So as he's pouring it softly, it's going to kind of hit one hand, hit another hand.
After hearing Terra say that, I'm going to stop pouring for a second. Just sort of loop between both.
Before all of you continue, may I have one plate?
Yeah,
course.
sure. Yeah,
I
sure.
would've-
Have mine.
Thank
I
you.
probably would have put 2 down. Actually, no, I'll put the 2 I had next to
and you see-
the sleeping form.
Yeah. Well, you see the large bugbear just slowly get up and stand up and just over on the deck towards Growmush, and you just see him lean down, and just as he does, him gently begins to tap on Growmush's chest, and you just hear a light mutter of just almost like trying to serenade him to rise, and you just see him begin to start doing that.
Really?
Then, go on.
There's a time and a place to argue, but let's leave it for now.
I wasn't arguing.
We can stop being argumentative and have a sit.
Who was arguing?
I don't know.
Both of
who was
you.
arguing. We
So
weren't.
stop.
We weren't even arguing.
Surely he's thought about what happened yesterday.
Terra, just leave
No,
I was
it
just-
for
we're
now.
not arguing.
I was
I've
just
said.
I
We've
was-
said.
I was just simply asking. Current was, you know what? I'm happy to take any blame. I was just asking to see what he thought.
To a
That's all.
degree, as much as this is your fault, and we're not arguing, it is your fault.
I'm just
But
throw the bag down and just walk away.
Hey,
Okay.
I didn't actually kill those people.
I know
This
you
time.
didn't. And like you
Do-
said,
Do I bear some responsibility? Yeah,
well, yeah,
of course I do.
of course you do.
Not all of it.
Not
I
all
didn't.
of it, no. No, I agree.
He had a choice not to give a shit about people around him.
I know. Just know that it could have been a lot better.
Could have been a lot worse.
The one question, I just really hope that the real reason wasn't because you needed money.
No, of course not.
Why did you really take the job?
Why? More for information
About what?
about my hometown. What else?
When we're going to find a book and see if it has any more information about maybe recent things to your town?
Guess we'll find out either way.
Exactly, but we need the upper hand.
What you mean, the upper hand?
We don't want to go there blind. We don't know who's there.
I don't either. Last time that I was there, I was a teenager.
Well, I don't want to say that everyone would agree with me.
They probably wouldn't, but continue.
What you did yesterday,
Yeah?
I won't be able to outthink of what you've done. It was wrong. I don't think I'll trust you the same. But
You didn't trust me to begin with.
I trusted you more than you probably think. And you got rid of a lot of that trust.
That's
But-
fine.
But, Theorem,
Yeah?
round here we need trust. And
Look.
people aren't right. And people can be different than what you would want them to be.
I have no idea what you're saying right now.
I'm trying to say could you be more trustworthy for us? And I can, if I can start to trust you again, we need as much trust as possible. Because, like you probably get, I don't trust a lot of people. I don't trust you
Good.
guys because
You shouldn't trust anybody.
we came here for a reason. And you
Right.
are, you're the reason why we're here.
I don't trust anybody. That's because people lie, people cheat, people steal, people fuck over other people. It seems to be human nature and not only to humans. However, if everybody's goals align, then there's a mutual trust. And I believe in that we can create an accord.
Just as you say that, and you're kind of reaching some kind of resolution.
Yeah.
You hear just in the distance, and you see Plenty, his body just pushed back, almost flying in the air for a few feet before crashing. Like just lying down on the ground, being thrown, and you see you follow from the trail he was thrown from, and you see Gromush.
Sorry. Good morning.
Morning.
I'm hungry.
And he just like grabs the handful of bacon, the whole platter of one plate in one hand, and just starts munching on it.
Does Theron notice Plenty knocked out like he was?
He's kind of knocked out, but then he just like sort of looks up all of you. I think we should probably get going soon.
Theron tries to silently smirk, but it comes out on his face a little bit.
And right there, that's
I was
where
just about to end the conversation.
Go. Yeah.
I turn back to Theron after saying in the morning to very much. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, let's mutually trust each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
I'd go to shake his hand, and as we make contact, I want to pull closer. But don't ever do anything behind our backs. Okay?
I'll try not to.
I'll pull back and release.
And that is where we're going to call it to go and take a quick break. Okay, fucking roller coaster halfway through. So to everyone that's watching, thank you for sticking around. I hope you're enjoying it. We're going to go for a little while, or a short while, hopefully, to go get some snackies and use the restroom. So you do the same, and we will see you all back in just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and welcome back to the game. As we come back in, the Companions of Fate were solemnly welcomed onto the ship after Theron and Rayloff came, well, mainly Theron, came across a very damaged and gaunt beholder who was indeed the chef of the Brine Barnacle. And upon Captain Meadow returning with her father, after the Pladrin enforcer deckhands had previously brought crates and barrels up to get the ship ready for voyage, you all found out that the rules that she had not yet had the chance to tell all of you were to not go near that kitchen or that pantry kitchen or talk to the beholder or anything. However, Theron argued slightly against it, and tensions grew before you heard and saw a familiar face to most of you, an ear-piercing, nasally drone, finding that the owner of said voice was the first mate of the ship. However, tensions rose between the captain and the Theron, and then Theron and Rayloff, and it all quickly went to shit as Rayloff has walked away from the conversation, and Terra and Theron have just shook hands to hopefully set the best foot moving forward together. Now, we come back in. After plenty of suggestion to get going and get everything sorted soon before voyage, is there anything any of you would like to do? And
I want to get rid of the rest of the platinum currency.
Yeah.
I'm going to just have to hand feed it into me coin pouch.
I'll say as you're roughly counting.
Can I take 100?
Yeah, I'll give you another load.
Okay. So, as you count, you find there's roughly, well, no, not roughly. I'll say just based on your intelligence. What's your intelligence ability score?
I will tell you right now. Intelligence is 14.
Okay. Yeah.
Mine's 18. Can I watch him do this?
To make sure I counted right.
Yeah. You watch as she keeps pouring through, and you come up with a good figure as both of you are fixated on the coins falling from from her hands into the pouch, and you find that there is 2,623 platinum pieces.
2,000.
That Courier had given you.
And how much?
And 23.
Platinum pieces. Okay.
Mine is 100 because I've just taken 100.
Yeah, but that's how much I would have put into the bag, so I'm all good there. You've still got your hundreds. Well, curious. As a friend, thank you very much.
Oh, no.
And we will be getting you.
Was it Courier that you were just on to? Yeah, Courier had left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's ready to go. Because he's
I need-
disappointed and deflated with my apparent exploits of recent.
So, I'm thinking about getting him a big scarf. Because obviously, I'm assuming obviously the more south we went, the warmer it got, and assuming if they say the other side of the world is going to get very cold, I'm thinking because he's so used to the sand, maybe a big scarf will help him. If we get his stuff that he wanted and then get a scarf for him as a mini present.
Shall we game that staff that he wanted with the spiky things?
Oh yeah, we'll get those obviously because he wanted them.
But if we're getting a scarf, can we? Out of interest, Ian, can I? From any images that I saw of his backstory, what was there any specific symbol or symbolism to his clothing that I could add to a scarf?
for the aesthetic of his clothing, you didn't see any symbols in the moment. You did see an array of bright red and blue and gold.
Okay. Can I relay that information to yeah. Blah 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 blah.
Oh my god, that was so amazing. Yeah, we could totally try to get those colours. Maybe.
Yeah.
If you have any design things, we could put it on. But we can go out and get some stuff. Is there anything that you need?
Yeah, I kind of
I
need.
need a few things.
I need diamonds worth at least 50 GP.
Strangely enough, I need some diamonds as well. So
We're all sparkling, baby. Let's
that's
go.
the one. Let's go. We will find the diamonds first because they're going to be the lightest and easiest to carry,
Okay.
and then we'll go for gear and stuff.
Okay.
And we'll have to look out for fakes.
Yeah. Rayloff, is there anything that you are doing right now? When you walked away, are you staying on the ship or are you walking off into Bramblecrest?
I'll probably walk off into Bramblecrest, have a bit of a sort of a walk just to sort of cool in my temper, and then sort of go into town. I'm assuming, would there be any like potion shops at all? Or? Probably not.
You haven't heard of any. I mean, just asking around a little bit. One like sort of slightly older gentleman, kind of like weathered. You can tell he's just a fishmonger through and through. Doesn't really care about his appearance, a big bulbous nose and chapped lips. You notice the hair is just thinning, and he's not making any attempts to hide it. And he just turns to you. And what did you say you wanted?
Potions or just?
Well, really, I mean, I'm not too sure about any place around here that would get you potions and your lotions and all that, but I mean,
Lotions.
the only one place I can think of really is if you go Crawler's Keepsakes. You know, it's not really far down the road. You just follow this street here, and then you just go a little bit to the right and then the left, and it'll be right there for you.
Alright, well cheers anyway.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I
love the lotions bit.
If
So-
you're on leave though.
Lotions and lotions.
For me and Theo on leave, I'll turn to Gerald and say, or if I can see him.
You do, yeah. You see him, like, he's got his bow ready and he's got the violin ready, or the viola. And you see him just like curiously looking up to the crow's nest.
Gerald?
Hi.
We're going to the shops. Are you coming with, or do you want anything?
Some warm clothes, maybe.
Yeah. If we see anything, just grab it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. If you find anything that's really dazzling, yeah.
That's cool. Do you want some any drinks at all?
Oh yeah, as many as you can carry.
Do you
This
like,
this
the
little
stronger
blackbird
stuff?
really needs to stay hydrated.
Hydrated.
Yeah.
I get you. Cool. We'll try to do that.
Okay, and when you come
Get the
back,
shape.
you might just hear a siren song. So cover your ears.
Fantastic.
Before I go, I telepathize to Gerald if he's within range.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just be like, climb up there. It's so high. It's amazing. And then I'll just leave it at that.
Can he speak back or no? Or no, it's
Unless he's got
just
telepathy.
okay. No, yeah. Then he just looks at you, and you just see this slight little grin and eyebrow raise towards you.
And I just nod back.
Cool. And we'll set off.
Okay. So, while Rayloff you take a stroll through Bramblecrest, and you hear constant, like every now and then, just a bell ringing, ding, 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 and you hear a few voices just being cast out, selling their own fish and their own wares. The overarching like background of the waves crashing against the piers and the shoreline of this small town. The fish in the air just keeping that strong smell and note in your nose. Surprisingly enough, the sea air does calm you down, and after speaking with the fishmonger, you are able to find Crawler's keepsakes, and you notice it's a small building made up of wood and brick, but it kind of has this I guess like Miranda or just trying to think of a name now, complete blank. It's basically just got like this propped up large bit of cloth and linen over the top, just pushing out away over the main doorway. And you see outside there are just slight little like tables and crates set up where there's just random little knickknacks and wooden toys set out. There aren't any windows to look into this store, but you can look through the door and it's fairly well lit, and you at least see a lot of different items and trinkets just scattered along different shelves, and you look through and it almost does look like a place where everything is just everywhere, but there's one unique small little winding path throughout the entire store that you have to like move around different items and objects to make sure you don't knock over, almost.
He's Goliath, so I think he needs to make a dexterity check.
Nah, he's fine. Unless he does something.
Is the door sort of open, or is it just sort of...
it's wide open.
Okay, I'll sort of walk in gingerly, seeing all. Do I see anyone on the front desk at all? If there is a desk?
There's no front desk, but you see just in a small wooden chair, just looking up at you, almost just staring out towards your direction. You find a taller and still scrawny, but a tall, like deep maroon and white feathered Kenku.
Ooh, interesting. I said,
hi, I don't suppose you have any potions you're selling, do you? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, you are open, aren't you?
Open?
Hey, do you have any potions you're selling?
And you see the Kenku like look to you and just potions you're selling, and you hear back innately just a copy of your voice, tone for tone, same slight inflections, just being mirrored from this creature. But after they say that, they just hold out a feathered hand.
Look to where they're gesturing to.
You notice in the dead center of this winding, small little pathway. I'd say it's a small enough that you kind of have to like step 1 foot in front of the other at times. It gets fairly narrow for you, but you do find like a small, like you see the shelves in here are. It's basically how much shit can you get on multiple shelves, and how many sets of shelves can you put in this small little cramped space, and have some semblance of space in between them. It's very compact. Everything just laid out everywhere. You see different pieces of parchment just laid out as neatly as possible and fanned out across a table. But on that table is also trinkets, goblets, glassware, some vials, and it's all a little jumbled but has its own organization. And for the potions, you find just next to that table, just on the side of that table with all the vials and parchment and goblets, you do find like a small little like handheld crate, the kind you might move just a few baubles and maybe even some bread from a bakery, just some bread rolls or anything in it, and you see just haphazardly lumped in there a bunch of different vials with various colors of liquid inside.
So just sort of hold the little casket up, or not casket, but is there any healing potions?
And you see the Kenku kind of like raise up, and you see the
I'll
neck
sort of,
like really elongate
lower
slightly.
it down so we can see it. Oh, I say he.
Healing. And at this point, as you're kind of locking eyes with the Kenku, you notice like almost like a robin, the deep maroon around the edges and around like the chest and the belly is just white. At this point, Theron and Terra, after asking around as well, you find your way and you are directed to the exact same place, being a very small town, to Crawler's Keepsakes.
Nice.
I would assume they probably would have come in at this point, considering how we would be walking around.
Yeah.
They just sort of see me just staring down into a little basket and up at someone.
Yeah, you see Rayloff standing, like if you're looking from the doorway from outside, you see Rayloff standing there looking questioning with a small little wooden box and basket, looking down at it, and then just looking off to like one corner of the room questioningly.
Yeah.
I walk.
Okay.
Are you? I didn't know you needed to hear.
Oh.
What you trying to get?
Potions.
I walk on past towards the Kenku.
Okay, I'm gonna loot for some diamonds.
Okay.
And share where
You walk in and you see the aim of Rayloff's confusion, and you see the maroon and white feathered Kenku now kind of just sitting back in the chair and just looking at all of you.
Hey, Kenku.
Hey!
Diamonds.
And you see the eyes like dot to Rayloff. Potions.
I should probably finish up. Also, can I sort of tell which ones they were talking about? If they sort of gestured to any that might have been healing potions?
You had a look through, and you kind of just shoveled like a few of the small vials like around in your hands. You do find 4. health potions that are the deep red, vibrant liquid.
Is that? I can't remember how health potions work. So is there like a lesser? Is there a lesser one?
I will tell you. You have a standard potion of healing. You have greater, superior, supreme.
So I'm assuming they're just standard then.
Yeah, 2d4 plus 2.
Okay. I'll pull out those 4, and I'll pull out. I don't know, I'll pull out another random potion. Why not?
Okay. Roll a d10 for me.
Yeah, there it is. That's where I roll the most expensive one. 4.
4. You pull out a vial that is this thick, almost looking like completely melted down steel. That is just this thick, opaque, dull but glossy liquid metal, what it looks like. There's no transparency, there's no shimmer, it's just this flat, like glossy substance inside. And when you move it, it kind of leaves that residue, the same as like a like coffee or like a milkshake, just like stays at the side a little bit before it goes back down.
Yeah, I'll sort of like put those onto one side. Sort of is there any sort of desk to put stuff on, or would I just have to
really,
hold it?
not really, no. You can look at the Kenku and it just puts the hand up and just on top of a small little side table that's covered in parchment and a couple inkwells, and just goes.
Yeah, I'll just sort of put them on there and then put the basket back.
And as you put them down, you just hear an exact same loop. Potions. And you turn and put them back.
Yeah. How much are all those, and what's that 5th one, the silver potion? I'll sort of pick it up and sort of hold it up to them so they can see what it is.
And the small feathered hand just comes out and grabs it. How much?
And gold.
Silver.
Gold.
Silver. Gold. Okay. And the health potions?
Health potions. Hey!
$50 gold.
50 gold.
Okay. Just working out.
210.
Come on, Rayloff, we've got shit to do.
What, is that 50 gold for just the one?
Come on, we got shit to do.
Yeah, 1. It'll be 1.
Okay,
50
I'll take one.
each.
I'll take one health potion and one, the steel one, and I'll give them 50. Okay. No,
60 gold.
I can't count.
It's okay. It's one of those nights. 60 gold. Mark it off.
It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. The Kenku can't do words very well, but the math isn't bad.
Yeah. They are the fantasy Einsteins. Except for Gerald. So yeah,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
you
it's
currently
shit
have
math, isn't it?
you now have a health potion, which is standard 2d4 plus 2. You can add it on D&D Beyond just as a potion of healing, and you write in your inventory a unknown metallic liquid.
Whoa. That's what I'm talking about.
Whoa.
Whoa.
So, Terra and Theron, you're looking for diamonds, yeah?
That's the one.
Okay.
Quite
Diamonds.
a hefty amount of value as well.
Yo, Kenku.
you just as you see Rayloff like passing gold off and the Kenku like nodding, and then it just looks over towards you, Theron.
Theron sort of half mimics him, like, oh, here. Don't like to judge. With the whole thing, just because the only Kenku he knows is Gerald and he can speak. So he's just like, interesting.
Come on, we got shit to do.
I don't think I sounded quite as New York as you made out. But,
Potions. Hey.
Hey. Diamonds. 50 gold.
Potions. How much?
No. Diamonds worth 50 gold.
Diamonds.
Hurry up. Hurry up. 50 gold. Hurry up.
What? While that's going on, I'll probably just sort of go over to Terra and just sort of say, might be worth getting the rest of those potions if you have the money.
And you see the Kenku go over towards you, Theron, and you see it just like look towards you and begin to rummage through the shelves in front of you, and just like partway through looking, just snaps to you.
Yeah, Theron just nods.
We got shit to do. And just begins to
We are.
pull things out. They quickly pull out what you notice is 5 different coloured amethysts and rubies that are all, even in such a like a cluttered place like this, they look pristine and top
All
quality.
the diamonds.
Yeah.
Amethyst and thingy on diamonds.
Well, what I meant to say then was the amethyst and ruby coloured diamonds. Oh, that was the point I was putting across, not the actual gems themselves, but the colours.
Oh, okay, the colour.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Diamonds!
On the DM's fuck up, can I inspect one of these diamonds and make a check at least?
What are you looking for?
That it's a fucking diamond with 50 gold.
Okay. Roll a perception check, and I'll say disadvantage because you do not have jeweler's tools, nor are you proficient with jewel crafting of any kind.
And 15.
Are these all your diamonds?
Plus,
Diamonds!
10 plus
All
6
diamonds?
and 15 plus 6.
Okay, so what's the disadvantage number?
Oh, 10 plus 6, 16.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like a real diamond.
Okay, I'll take 2.
Okay. So you pick up 2. And you see the Kenku just look to you, Terra.
Mhm.
Potions.
And these 3.
Diamonds.
Do you have more diamonds?
How much?
That shit to do here.
Hey, I'm walking here.
I'm walking here.
How much? Diamonds.
Do you have more diamonds? Could you show me?
Show me? Come on, we got shit to do. And you see the Kenku mosey on over and begin to rummage through another set of shelves and moving trinkets and toys and goblets aside. You see some really fine glassware, like a really nice vase that they just haphazardly...
Out of the way.
Rummage in here.
Get out the way. And the Kenku pulls out 4 jet black, almost onyx-like diamonds.
Oh, you give me the shit diamonds. All right.
Perfectly fine.
These best be diamonds, or else I'm coming back and killing this Kenku.
How much for these?
Diamonds? How much?
Use your fingers.
Seven?
700.
700.
70, Theron. At least we
700.
know you can't count.
700.
Theron can't count.
70?
700.
Diamonds.
700.
70.
7 gold.
I'll buy these 4, them 4, and these 3 potions. Can you do a deal?
Deal? How much? Diamonds.
I'll just do a fat calculation in my head. When I say head, I mean written.
As the Kenku stares at you now, Terra.
You. No offense, we know that your vocal limitation, but your mind is not like shit. You know how to do maths. How about you just tell us? Write it down. Show us with fingers.
Mine is not
Mainly not-
shit.
Yes, I know. So hurry up and tell us what to pay.
Theron can't count.
Okay, I found out on how much it is. Do you want me to tell you the amount, or do you want me to try barter the amount that I want the deal for?
Well, you can tell me the amount and then barter as
Okay.
much as you can.
Total, it's 620 gold pieces.
Okay.
Kenku already knows how much it is.
Yeah, but as in like, yeah. What's the best you can do?
Best you could do.
Six.
Zero?
Yeah, 600.
Could we?
That's 100 cheaper.
Can you get it to 550?
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Yay! Been a while since I've heard one of these
18
ones.
persuasion.
Plus.
3.
Oh,
21.
Okay.
nice.
You see
It would
you see
have
the
been a non-natural 20 that way.
you see
yeah.
you see the Kenku just. How much? Theron can't count.
They know. 0.
I'm working here.
Come on, we got shit to do.
Deal?
Deal?
Just give him the fucking money.
I'm going to put the 550 down.
You begin to
push
just
it across.
you begin to pile it up and count it, and then and you see the Kenku. Hey.
Okay, I'm going to pocket. I'm going to give 1 to Theron.
Mm-hmm.
Pocket the other 2.
Is
Well,
that
you
health
can-
potions?
A health potion to
Okay.
Theron, yeah.
All right.
And I will just quickly get rid of that. There's plenty of pieces.
So, Theron, make sure you mark down you have 1 potion of healing added onto your inventory. So does Rayloff, and Terry, you have 2.
I wrote it down, but
Okay.
I'll add it.
Yeah.
Before we leave, I'll just say to the Kendigo, do you know what this does? The silver potion I'll hold up, or the metallic one.
Rayloff, he'll just keep on repeating. Is a Kenku. Gerald's the only one I know who actually speaks. Like, speaks.
Can you write? Okay. Could you write what this does then for me, please? I'll give them a bit of parchment, and I'll hand over the quill of it's kumquat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kumquat's quill.
What?
All right. You pass the parchment over, and you hand over Kumquat's quill, and they take it and just... Thank you. Then just shows you the page, and it says the word something. Come on, we got shit to do. Hey.
Right. Thanks anyway. So, I'm assuming they passed the quill back.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Theron can't count.
Thank you. I'll just head out.
Thank you.
Gingerly.
And are you all exiting?
Theron, before he leaves, uses telepathy yet again to the Kenku, and he just goes, "You do realize there's one of your kind, raven in color, called Gerald, who can actually speak. And I just want to see any noticeable change in his demeanor."
You see their head just snap to you as soon as they hear your voice in their head. But other than that, you don't.
Does it seem like the shop sells any weapons at all?
If you have a look
Sells
through.
any she shells on the seashore.
That's the one. Is there anything that may look like Kieran's requests?
You rummage around for a little bit longer, just
Even
as
if it's
Rayloff is, just as you all like finish off with your purchases and Rayloff finishes off with his request. You do have a quick glance around just before leaving. You do find a bow staff, not wrapped with any kind of metal or any sort of raised bumps or spikes towards the ends, but you find a fairly sizable bow staff. Almost looks like it is fashioned more from like one of the large ship oars.
Nice.
So it's hefty.
Is there any spikes or anything that is not part of it?
I mean, you see, really the only thing you see here, you find the little pins, you find some blacksmith nails,
Okay.
but you don't really find spikes and blades and stuff.
I'm going to get the blacksmith nails. I'm going to get any the pins, and I'm going to get the little bow staff,
Okay.
and I'm going to put it on there or near.
Yeah, as
Sure.
as you show the items, and the bow staff for you, it's pretty hefty. Like,
You have to.
it's not like as light as you think it would be for you,
Yeah.
but the size, it's almost like I guess for you, it's pretty much like an axle bar in
Okay.
width,
So,
as you are
So,
just kind of like,
how much?
how much? How much? 50 gold.
That's pretty
It's
good, to be
expensive.
honest.
Come on, we got shit to do.
Exactly.
You say 50 gold, but to make it to specifications of current, you've got to spend a little bit more.
These
Smithy,
are-
most likely.
These are nails, and this is a spare part. I could give you a maximum one.
Theron can't count.
I know we can't. One
I can
gold,
I can count time better than both of you put together.
Spend more.
2 gold,
Spend more.
I hate you, Theron. 3 gold,
Hey, you Theron. Spend more.
Hey,
Come on, we got shit to
how's
do.
this, how's this my
How
fault?
much?
How much? 50 gold. Diamonds.
It's way too much.
Too much.
30 gold.
30 gold.
Looks back at Theron.
It's for courage. Spend more.
Pushes the ore over to one arm so I can pour the 30 gold in.
To
This
Leslie,
is coming out your part.
and to Leslie wise, I just send a message to Sarah. I'm like, ask lower, and then I'll say lower, and then he'll repeat lower, and then we get a lower price. Got it?
I'll drag the money back.
Hey. Theron can't count.
10 gold.
4 gold. Highest.
30 gold. Spend more for courage.
20 gold.
How much?
20 gold.
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Yes. Persuasion being my
I only
best
say
one.
disadvantage because you literally put the 30 gold in front of them to then
Well,
take it
technically,
back.
it's still covered in my hand.
Oh,
so
I know, but
you'd
you
only
put
be able to see the
coin down
Yeah.
on the, towards
Yeah,
the side
yeah, yeah.
table to then take it back.
Yeah.
10. 10 at lowest. 9 plus 1.
Hey, 30 gold. Thank you.
I'll drag it towards me.
And you see the little feathered hand just and quickly
Yeah.
pull it into themselves. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
As I'm walking past Theron, I'm just going to whisper, "What's coming out of your cut?"
I never knew I had one.
Thank you.
I'm gonna
No.
put the
Oh.
pins and the nails into my bag of holding,
hmm
and I'm gonna try to eat the ore in.
It's weird. It's almost like
Mary
Mary
Poppins.
Poppins style.
Yeah.
It is pretty much.
Reverse of the what's it called?
Yeah, and the large bow staff goes in.
Yeah.
So I walk past them like, any of your kind speak as we do?
Thank you.
Kenku can speak like us.
Come on, we got shit to do. And you see the Kenku begin to move the side table around and just kind of little pitter patter off to different shelves to rearrange certain things.
Come on, Theron.
I know.
I'm going to look into the sky, see if it's
You
clear enough at all.
you see some of the early morning clouds begin to part, and it is blue skies ahead.
Theron, we better go to the ship quick.
Yeah, that's true. I got my diamonds. Whether it'll work or not is a different
That's fine.
different question.
Oh, How far are we from the fishbowl?
Oh, before
I'd
we
say
go,
like a 10-minute walk away.
Okay.
before we go, can I be like, ink, magic ink?
How much?
I'm gonna run to the fishbowl.
Okay.
Quite a bit.
I'll beat you at the ship.
How much is that?
I don't know. Only you know that. I want parchment and magic ink.
How much?
Money. You tell me.
50 gold.
No, don't be ridiculous.
And you see the Kenku just grab a really big stack of parchment and just some normal inkwells.
No, magic ink.
Magic.
Ink. Magic ink.
How much is it?
20 gold.
And you see them take the ink ink vials away, and you see them reach just below the side table and pull out two different ink vials that almost have this weird yellowish sheen to the jet black ink. 50
I still
gold.
think I moved.
And I will
30 gold.
I will say as well, you
Go on.
need like as from DM to character or to player, you do need to cover the gold cost of the materials. So the material, you work out the materials that the material cost that you'll need to use to do anything like that for copying stuff. So if you hypothetically got 50 gold, or like let's say 50 gold's worth of stuff, that's all you can do. One solid, just 50 gold's worth of copying, right?
I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. Yeah, I just want to get it.
Okay. $30 gold.
30?
30. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I said 20, but 30. Okay. So,
Thief on content. As they take the coins away from you and pass you a sort of a large.
I am giving the gold, yeah.
Okay.
I give him the gold.
There, thank you. They quickly take the gold. They give you a large stack of parchment and two magic ink vials for 30 gold. Terra, you run off to the fishbowl?
Yeah. I'm gonna try and get Gerald some alcohol in bottle form.
Okay, very, very easily done. You don't find pigeon food there, for obviously she's on the ship. But you find a small dwarven man who is a little bit disgruntled, just as much as pigeon food, really. But they do sell you 3 bottles of the Firebrand whiskey that they have.
Nice.
And it is 15 gold per bottle.
I'll take all 3.
Yeah, 15 gold per bottle.
I'll take all 3.
Okay, so mark 45 gold off of your inventory, and you have
Yeah.
3 matured Firebrand whiskey bottles.
So for someone who can fucking spend money willy-nilly.
As Rayloff, is there anything you want to do or grab before heading back to the ship?
I have no money, so no.
Okay.
Is there any beer bottles? Not
There's
incredibly.
there's like small like kegs of
Anything that
stout
we
and
can
ale.
drink and it isn't whiskey.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
isn't
yeah. I mean, there's a couple smaller like handheld kegs, you know, carry under your arm kind of deal keg, not like the big barrels of kegs.
Yeah.
I'd say you grab what they have available to give and sell. I'd say you grab 5 handheld kegs of the brown sugar ale.
Ooh, that's nice. Sugar.
It does,
Sugar
right?
and ale. Am I
How
close
much will that
to
cost, sorry?
Terra?
The overall cost, it's about honestly, let's say about 5 gold in total, because it's only
Okay.
one gold per keg, which is still, you feel like
So-
you're getting ripped off to a degree, but
Yeah. It's more just quick.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
got enough alcohol now.
Yeah.
50 gold down.
It'll be 5.
Why?
It's
Yeah, yeah,
But
Terenimi.
with the
Oh yeah,
other
with the
3
40. Yeah, with
bottles.
the 45. Yeah. Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Oh, cool. Theron.
There's Terenimi.
No. She ran off to the fishbowl, and you were either still in Crawler's Keepsakes or just left.
Fuck's sake, I'm 30 gold down. I want that fucking 30 gold back. But anyway, yeah, I'll keep on walking.
Okay. So you all make your way back to the ship?
As I'm doing so, I'm kicking shit because I want fucking 30 gold back for fucking magic ink and fucking parchment.
So you drag your feet and kick your toes into the ground, just almost in a just
spoiled,
entitled little bitch, dragging his teeth and throwing a temper tantrum as a grown adult because he had to spend a little bit too much for what he actually needed. Yeah, I get that. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm Theron. That's exactly who I am.
As you get back to the ship, and you find that all the deckhands are beginning to pick up pace into more of a jog, getting ropes ready and getting the main sail unfurled to a degree, just half unfurled, so just to find where the wind is catching without actually moving them too far off. You hear a gorgeous violin melody being played, almost like a siren song in your ears. As you look around for the source, finding nothing, before looking up into the crow's nest, into this small little crow's nest that can just barely fit Gerald sitting, like all of his butt and like some of his upper legs on it, on the crow's nest, playing his viola, just with a slight grin as you all return. And just as you all come back and you find Plenty, Gromosh, Briar, Currid, everyone is there, waiting on all of you. And just as soon as you step aboard, Captain Meadow is standing there. Is everyone ready?
Yeah. We got everything.
As that happens, I to left. How far up is Gerald?
It's only
More
about...
than 60 feet.
No, not a chance.
Okay, I'll send him to Lefty a message and just be like, "I told you it's nice up there."
And you just kind of like feel, you just hear one slight break in the song as you catch Gerald looking down at you, Theron, with a grin. And he continues. This very slow, nice, like almost, I'd say almost to a degree, like to almost like meditation music, like just calming and trying to calm the seas down with it. And as all of you get in position, the gangplank is removed and the full sail is pulled down and unfurled, and the anchor is risen, and you notice Meadow goes to the stern of the top deck and takes a hold of the large wheel to begin to steer the ship, and you all begin to move and that weird lurch forward, and it's just exciting and thrilling, yet worrisome and terrifying. Over the next 40 minutes or so, next hour, you look back and you begin to see Bramblecrest get smaller and smaller, finding your way away from Growldean. For some of you, a complete first, and others just another day through your journey. And just about 2 hours in, as Bramblecrest is still in sight, but a lot smaller, so much so you can roughly hold your hands out and grasp it from a distance. And you hear Mog call over.
Right, so Are all of you guys okay sailing?
Just too excited, looking out over the kind of like over the ship. This is my first time here.
It looks like it.
I don't quite know, but
Well, that wasn't very nice. I'm going to tell the captain.
And you see him quickly
I don't know what you
just jog
said.
over. And you just hear Mido. Theron, stop bullying the
Yeah.
crew or you go over.
I know he's a grass.
And you hear Mido just lean down or lean over to Mog, as Mog kind of like leans slightly down and hunches, and you hear them mumble something but unsure as to what, and then you hear Mog just exclaim,
I'll go check.
and he comes back to all of you on the main deck as you are all looking out to the vast ocean ahead. And you look back to Bramblecrest, and the land and the shore is quickly leaving you. And Mog just looks at all of you.
Okay, are you okay to hold on to something?
Yeah. I'll go to the side of the boat.
Are you?
I will be.
And he just looks over to Mido, and Mido just like shouts over, are we far enough away? And you see Mog look back towards Bramblecrest.
Far enough, boss.
Yeah, here and now I'm going to go and hold on to something, just
Okay.
get ready for whatever it is.
Does Theron see any rope or?
Sorry?
Does Theron see any rope or?
Plenty. Yeah, you tie your arm around and just hold it. And as all of you do, you see Mog quickly go below deck. And all of you hear heavy chains begin to thud and rattle from underneath. You hear and on either side
It sounds like my mom.
you look over the side terror, and all of you,
Yeah.
and you look and you see along the sides of the ship almost fins opening on the sides, and all of you begin to feel of the deck below you shaking and shuddering, and you all hear this gradual and you all feel the ship slowly begin to rise out of the sea. Looking down and seeing the sea, what was once feet away becomes 10, 20, 40, 50, 60, 200 feet away from you now. As the brine barnacle takes flight, the arcane engines whirring underneath, and the side fins.
Theron
Yep.
Theron just looks and is just like interesting.
And the side fins of the brine barnacle shaking slightly, catching the wind beneath it, as the ship and turns facing back towards Bramblecrest, and you begin to move, heading straight in the direction towards Yolduheim. Possibly 12 or 14 days as the crow flies. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode. And
Lightning
come back
comment
next
makes
week.
more sense now.
and we'll be able to catch up next week. when we come back. What a
Well,
fucking roller coaster at the start,
It's
though.
been- That's crazy.
It's intense. Then Theron having a tantrum about his money troubles.
Exactly.
Tara showing off that she can spend anything and everything.
Yeah, and everything. Whenever we need it.
Yeah. All
I
right.
need a piss, so seeing
Yeah.
him.
Well, I will say to everyone, it's been awesome. It's been a great episode. We hope you've enjoyed it. So, with all that said and done, thank you very much for watching. It was a lot of fun, and we'll see you again next week.